You are going to learn how to make other people happy using these simple steps used by millions of people for centuries, and learn how important it is to be surrounded by positivity. After learning how to persuade others, how to make friends without talking, how to maintain a healthy relationship and make others like you, it's time to learn how to make people happy, which puts all of these into one. It's far easier to live a happy life if everyone around you is happy. And it's also far easier to persuade them after all. Before we move on to talking about different things you should do to make people happy, let's see how to be happy yourself first. Making other people happy while being unhappy is one of the signs you've got a problem you're probably not talking about. When you're out in public, kill that anxiety and talk to strangers. One part of your brain is telling you that talking to strangers would be the least pleasant experience, but the other part is telling you to do it because it seems adventuristic. You should always listen to that part of the brain because talking to strangers is a proven way to give you a dose of dopamine. On the other hand, if you choose to be lonely at every moment of your day, you will harm your health because loneliness is linked to a weakened immune system. Remember to always get quality sleep. Sleep deprivation impacts how well we are liked by others. After you get some quality sleep, head out for a walk. Walking in the countryside deactivates part of the brain related to negative ruminations, which are associated with depression. You already know most of these things, just tend to practice them more. Something worth mentioning is one approach to life called prioritizing positivity, which is a game changer. Prioritizing positivity is all about organizing your everyday life around activities that bring pleasure. If you enjoy riding a bike, do it every day, at least for half an hour, because it will simply make you happier. Now that we've made sure you're a happy human being, we can move on to tips and tricks on how to make people happy. Ask yourself how many times you've found yourself in a situation where someone is crying or visibly sad in front of you and you have no idea how to cheer them up. Or when you simply want to make someone happy because they're important to you, but you don't know how. Or even if you want to be a good person and make a stranger's day, but once again, you don't know how. Sit back and listen because I'm about to tell you the key things you must do if you want to make people happy. Let's start this off with a smile. No matter what you're doing or where you're going, always smile. We judge each other from our body language, so welcome everyone you meet with a big smile. A smile says, "I like you. You make me happy. I am glad to see you." It acts on their body and mind in a variety of positive ways, and it's a base for every other step. Once you encounter someone you know while wearing a smile on your face, obviously, greet them with their name. For each of us, our name is the most important sound. It's embedded in our brains. It's just a simple but effective thing that complements the smile. Always begin a conversation with a friendly approach. This way, a person will feel positive energy even if they're mad at you. And to make sure they're never mad at you, be a good listener. You won't believe how important and powerful this rule is. It's so important that I dedicated a whole video to it. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out after watching this one. I promise it will change your whole way of thinking for the better. You must learn to listen. Not to listen so you can say something once they're done talking, but to understand their words. Listening is one of the most important success skills. So listen to not what only people are saying, but how they are saying it. Listen not just to the words, but the emotion behind their words. In order to be a good listener, you have to be genuinely interested in other people. Show that you truly are, and on top of that, make them feel important. Show them that you care for them and their work simply by using thank you and please more often. Be generous with your compliments, and appreciate people as soon as you find them doing something good. In no time, the good vibes will spread around. However, it's easy to kill those vibes if you're a critical person, so try and stay away from criticizing people. If you must do it in private, and show the other person it's actually for their own benefit. This also implies staying away from arguments. You wouldn't like it if they tried to prove you wrong, especially if they do, and prove you are wrong. When an argument occurs, approach it with caution and think twice before saying anything. Respect their opinion in an argument and out of it, and never tell them they're wrong. In case they prove you wrong, don't instantly get mad and defend the mistake you made. Admit your mistake as soon as you make it, and show the other person that you learned from it and will never repeat it. I genuinely want to know if you're the kind of person who always denies your mistakes and always uses excuses. If you are, think about it. Why? Why don't you simply admit your mistake and make sure it never happens again? These few, let's call them rules, will help you make people happy as you're approaching them, as well as the other side of a relationship of yours. Why is making others happy so important, and what does it mean to you? First of all, while making other people happy, you'll be happy too. Happiness lowers your risk for high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease and improves sleep, diet, body weight, and all sorts of other positive health factors. But what about others? Let's take marriage as an example. Go on and imagine a marriage where both partners are unhappy. What do you see? Monotone colors, sadness, anger, unsatisfaction. Now imagine a marriage in which both partners make each other happy. What do you see? A colorful life full of joy and happiness. Their descendants will grow up with developed and mature personalities, unlike descendants of the unhappy couple who will only feel the urge to escape the house they grew up in and get a feeling of freedom. Happy wife, happy life. How does happiness affect the workplace? If you're a business owner, listen carefully. Researchers found that happiness correlates with workplace success and that happy workers are 13% more productive than unhappy ones. And happy employees are more likely to have a higher annual salary than unhappy workers thanks to their increased productivity. Creating the conditions for happiness in a workplace, businesses experience a positive impact on employee decision-making and job performance, reduced health costs, and reduced turnover costs. There's plenty more evidence that happy employees are more engaged, productive, and effective, and they contribute more to success. Happiness is also an important factor in sales. A 2018 study showed that optimists are more likely than pessimists to experience better financial health. Thus, happy people are uniquely positioned to experience greater sales success. Martin E. Seligman, a prominent positive psychologist, discovered that life insurance agents with a more optimistic attitude sold 88% more insurance than pessimistic agents. No matter how you look at it, happiness is one of the most important things an individual should aim for. There is one really interesting thing about happiness many people don't know. The definition of happiness changed throughout history, and it will most probably continue to change. You see, the happiness you know today isn't the same as the happiness 200 years ago. 200 years ago, happiness was centered on circumstances outside one's control, such as fortune and good luck. One more fun fact, researchers have found that happiness is heritable and strongly associated with personality traits. People high in extroversion and low in neuroticism are generally happier. And one more won't hurt. Did you know that Finland is the happiest country in the world? Its standards justifies that. So drop a like because I'm pretty sure you definitely didn't know that one. Remember, the key to winning friends and influencing people isn't about what you say or do, but about the genuine happiness you bring into their lives. So go out there, spread kindness, and watch how it transforms not just the world around you, but also the world within you. And avoid doing things that don't make you happy. Even if they don't make you unhappy, they can create a huge dissatisfaction in your life. Simply forget about neutral things and only focus on what makes you happy. I'd appreciate you subscribing to the channel because it very effectively helps make new videos. And if you want to learn how to make new friends, even if you don't know what to say or how to begin, click the video on the screen.